Hey, welcome back once again to The Photography Guy. I am The Photography Guy, and today we're going to talk about the Neewer softbox that we purchased, and we're also going to be looking at the Godox flash unit that we showed you earlier in the unboxing. Today I thought I would show you how to put it all together. I think that's where a lot of these videos lack, right? We unbox something, you see it, and then you never actually see it in use or never see it put together. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So this is the first start off here with, zoom out here a little bit. We're going to first start out here with the light stand. Now if I told you before, the light stand and the flash bracket that I purchased for this some years ago, actually I think this one came from Westcott. I'll just give you a close-up look of it here. And this was the primary issue right here, was the top of it. Now, you loosen this little set screw up. See, it's a little loose right now, but you loosen this little set screw up on the side here. This bracket slides open, and the idea here is the flash slides in there on the trigger housing, right? So, not the trigger housing, on the shoe, on the hot shoe of the flash, it slides in there. Then you tighten this back down. Well, this thing, many times I've been out, and this little set screw will loosen. You can't tighten this too tight now because a lot of these housings could be a little bit of plastic on it. You don't want to crack those. But what happens over time is this loosens up and then your flash just falls off and it hits the dirt, right? So we don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do instead is with the Neewer system, and remember it's Neewer, we talked about that before. They came up with, I think, with a better system than this. At least it looks better to me, so that's why I wanted to try it out. So this happens to be just a normal Westcott light stand. This came with one of my Westcott soft boxes. You can use any light stand, folks. I see a lot of photographers online now buying C stands. I don't have any of those. Never really had a use for one, and I understand they're very heavy and clumsy to carry around. I don't know that to be true, but regardless. So we'll bring this up here, right about there. Okay. So now the Westcott one that Westcott stand. This is a flash bracket. You can find these anywhere. If you're looking for this type of flash bracket, I mean, they work. I've used it for years, and you know, they definitely will work for you. You can loosen this one up here. You can move it up and down. Get your flash ready. And you see a lot of guys still on YouTube using these. It's a nice flash bracket. But, as you know, we purchased a handy dandy Neewer, Neewer, the softbox, the 24-inch softbox with their flash bracket, which I really think that I'm going to like more. So ordinarily, just throw that on the ground there. Ordinarily, we would take our flash, we would take off the cover, there's a cover in the bottom, we would slide it into that bracket, and it would be held on there by basically the hot shoe mount. All right. But now we don't need to do that. I don't need to take this bracket off here, so I can leave that connector covered, and never damage that. I think that's really nice. And we are going to move some of my microphone stuff around here. We're going to just simply take this one off. So there's one thumb screw on the back. Just loosen that up and pull it off. Okay, and that's the top of your light stand. So we're just going to lay this aside. Like I said, I have a lot of these too. I probably have about 4 of these things laying around. Because we use multiple flashes, multiple lights. And now we're just going to simply take this one and we'll put it right over top of this. Loosen the bracket up until it drops down on there. All right. Let's see how deep that is in there. I would suggest loosen up till you can't see it anymore in there. Then it slides on there nice and tight. Then just crank her down. You don't have to crank it down like you're a gorilla because you're going to bust that. That is plastic. The screw is metal on there. and there's a metal insert, but there's all plastic on that. So be very careful. You don't want to break that off by any means. We talked the other day about the screw on the side here. This is actually for, see if we can zoom us in and talk about this a little bit. Let's come in a little bit tighter. Guess it's as tight as we can get. There we go, we're in a little tighter. So this screw right here is the screw you use to put your umbrella through, the back or the front, depending on which type of umbrella you're using. The top here, the top screw right here, is what we're going to use to brace our flash. If you turn it to the left, remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. You're going to take your flash itself, your flash unit, and you're going to make sure it fits in there. Okay, you don't want to squeeze it, just loosen up some more. Get it to where you need it to be. Stick your flash unit in. This flash unit works really nice here. Let's see if it's straight in the front. And then you just tighten it down. Again, you don't have to be a gorilla to tighten that down there. That is snug right there. On the back here, our flash is flipped down, so we can flip this down and get it down out of the way. Then you have full access to your controls. That's why I like this one. I like the access to the controls, and then the softbox goes on the front. Again, it's spinning right now, not because this is loose. It's spinning because I actually have my light stand loose, so I can just turn it and show you guys pretty much either side of this. We do, as I said the other day, have the bracket, the little handle on the side, so we can take this up and down, wherever you want to point this to. You don't have to use this with the softbox. You can use this just strictly as a shoe, as a flash bracket. It's very, like I said, it's super handy. So I'm going to attempt to show you, and I haven't had this on there yet. I did get it back in the case. Remember the other day we talked? YouTube's great. There was a gentleman on YouTube that shows you how to fold these things back up, so I'm not going to show you because he is very good at it. It still takes me a couple tries to get mine rolled up and put back in this bag. All right. So I'm going to take it out of the bag and let it go. And there's our softbox, as we talked about the other day. All right. So to put this on this bracket, okay, it's not really hard science. I'm going to try to do this some way here so I can show you how it goes on there. Let me just spin around here. Spin around here. It doesn't matter where this is. I mean, if you're kind of freaky, you want it up to be up or down. It doesn't really matter where it goes. You just simply pull it in the bottom. Just lift this over the top. It is very, very stiff, very hard to do, but you don't want it to be loose, right? And there we go. So basically all it's doing is, let's straighten it out here a little bit. All it's doing is clamping on there with the back of these metal things. It's not really a clamp as much as just the way the metal springs apart. And it just sticks right on there. But that's what I like about this softbox now. I have full control of my flash if I need it. We shall see the other side. It's on there too, folks. It's very sturdy. It's not going anywhere. It's super nice on there. It's tight. This is what it looks like here on the inside. So you can see your flash unit, the head. What's going to happen is if you just put your panel on the outside, this head's going to give you a hot spot, like dead center. So I would always recommend with this type of softbox, when you're shooting with your head out, make sure you put your diffuser panel in, because that's going to diffuse that light out. So I think that's going to be really beneficial to us. And it'll make it really nice for that light to be diffused out. So this is the Neewer. Once again, this is 24 inches from diagonally. They go from corner to corner, 24-inch diagonal. Yeah, so I mean, I like it. It's nice. It's light. You could take this on location. What's neat about it is, See if we can get this back out here again. Let's see if we can scroll out here a little bit more. All right. So what's really nice about this one, this softbox, is if you have an assistant, you can actually have your assistant go out and you can hold this thing. Right? They can hold it up over your subject. Like I said, it works very well. It's not super heavy. They can take it, they can hold it to the side if they want to get a side shot of your subject. Again, you can hold it over the subject. We've done that on locations before, not with this one because this is new, but we have done it with the other softboxes we have. We've done that many times, taking these out, and they hold them over the subject. It works extremely well, and like I said, it works well to get the light on the subject, and it's just a really nice way to cast some light over your subject. So depending on what kind of lighting setup you want, but I was looking for, personally, as I told you before, with this, I was looking personally for just the minimal amount of equipment. So I'm planning on taking this one softbox out with one light stand and my A6000 with the new Sony 35 millimeter f 1.8 lens, and just see what kind of photography we can do, guys. And we'll talk a little bit about the Sony camera, and there's a couple, maybe, well, at least one major downfall I found so far with the camera that I don't really like, and we'll talk about that more. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's something I can get used to, but we'll talk about that on another video. But folks, thanks for watching the actual install of the Neewer and the Godox, the TT, I keep forgetting, is it TT? I know I'll get this sooner or later. I believe it's the it's 685S, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes people don't even know their own gear, right? And that's the kind of comments I'm going to get. You don't even know your own gear, photography guy, what's the matter with you? It's new gear, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all new stuff, so it is what it is. But yeah, I want to get out there and get some pictures taken with this stuff and see what I can do. I'm thinking about putting it on an overhead light stand and see what I can do with some product photography. Shooting the light like directly down, because I think this is a nice small light source. It's not, you know, obviously it's not my my 38-inch you know, soft boxes, or my I forget what size the other one is now. I think it's a 48, so it's not that big. It's just nice. It's solid. I like that. I like how solid it is. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm not going to babble on anymore. Make sure you comment on these videos. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know if you purchase this. And I did put, for the unboxing, there's a link. And I do ask that you click that link if you're going to order this from Amazon, because it does come back. It does support these shows, and it helps me to purchase equipment to share with you. I'll do the same thing with the Godox flash unit. So under the unboxing of that, you'll find that. I'm going to go back and put that link in. So if you want to buy that flash unit that I purchased, that way you can get all that together. All right, well, thank you so much for watching The Photography Guy. Until next time, keep those shutters clicking, keep your editors editing, and I'll see you back here very soon. Bye for now.